Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force here with some more Magic Duels Origins, and today we're gonna open some booster packs. I just wanted to do this for myself in general, and I figured I know people really like to watch this kind of thing, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. So first off, I just bought the highest package. This was 7,500 coins for $40, and I want to see just how much that gets you and how much of the collection we unlock, just to give you guys a good idea as to what the value is. Plus, it's fun to watch people open packs. Let's go to the boosters. Highest package we can buy is the 32 times at 4,800, so we're gonna buy that. Confirm purchase, and check out how much gold we have left. What? No, don't do it now. I'll do it later. Do I have to do it now? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. I guess I have to do it now. Okay, whatever. Alright, so I just want to look for the rare, basically. We're not going to go through all the commons and uncommons. Oh, I'm going to take a look here. 1/1 flying, enters the battlefield to control another creature named Fairy. Miscreants, draw a card. 4 lands for a 2/2. When a Voider enters the battlefield, you may return target creature to owner's hand. Counter target creature will draw a card. Bone to Ash, that's a 4-drop, nice. 2/3 haste for 4. Enters the battlefield, you may deal damage to target creature equals the number of artifacts you control. That could be alright. Renown 1, when this creature does combat damage to the player, if it isn't renowned, put a 1/1 counter on it and it becomes renowned. So it can only happen once is how that works essentially. And then the rare, Relic Seeker, it's got renown as well. It's a 2/2 for 2. Becomes a 3/3 when the renown triggers. And then when Relic Seeker becomes renowned, you may search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Interesting. Okay, so with 6 cards per booster, that's at the $2 price point. And I'm really actually annoyed that I have to open these all right now. I'm trying to exit out, and it's not letting me exit. It's not letting me exit out, so good to know, I guess. Cleric of the Forward Order, 2/2 for 2. Enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each creature you control named Cleric of the Forward Order. 3 lands. Creatures you control get +2/+1 till end of turn. Spell Mastery. If there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, those creatures also gain Vigilance until end of turn. Some fun things to play with here. Tactician, 4 for 3/3. Enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. 4 lands for star 4. Power equal to the number of lands you control. Interesting. 2 lands for a 1/1. Whenever a creature opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on this card. Pretty cool. And then there's the rare. Target opponent reveals the top 7 cards of his or her library. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from among them without paying its mana cost. Then that player puts the rest into his or her graveyard. Wow. If there are 2 more instant or sorceries, you may cast up to 2 of the revealed instant or sorceries cards instead of 1. That is really cool. I like that a lot. Next booster, please. Next booster, please. Let's see what we get. Trying to make it as good as Hearthstone's not as good. We saw the Tactician already. We saw 4/4 Trample, Renown 2. Cool. Cool. Here's an artifact equipment. Equip creature gets +1/+1. It's a sidearm. You equip for 1, 2 thing. That seems kind of bad, actually. Whatever. Fiery Conclusion, 2-land instant. In addition to playing its conclusion, sacrifice a creature, deals 5 damage to target creature. Nice. That's the blade dude we saw. Here's the rare, the Soul Hoarder, 6 lands for 6/6 flying. Whenever permanent owned by another player is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. That's alright, that's not bad. If you're getting rid of their permanents, plus it's a 6/6 flyer, which is nice. I'm not going to complain about that. Who's going to complain about a 6/6 flyer? Everyone wants one of those. Oh, no way, really? This is awesome. Sigil of the Empty Throne, 5 lands for an enchantment. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a 4/4 White Angel creature with flying onto the battlefield. So stick this in a deck with a bunch of enchantments. Unholy Hunger, 5 lands, destroy target creature with a Spell Mastery, which will make it so that you gain 2 life if that Spell Mastery is triggered. Dragon Fodder, nice. Get 2 1/1s into play for 2. That's a pretty standard cast and effect. There's white ones. There's a whole bunch of cards just like that. Guardian Automation, 4 lands for a 3/3. When it dies, you gain 3 life. Shaman of the Pack, 3 lands for a 3/2. Enters the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to the number of elves you control. Bounding Krasis, 3 lands for a 3/3 with flash. You can play it as an instant. Enters the battlefield, you may tap or untap target creature. Ooh, alright. He's bounding, he's coming towards you. Watch out, next booster. Next booster, the rare is, if an opponent would gain life. That player loses that much life instead. Oh boy. Grasp, enchant creature, gets +1/+1 whenever this creature attacks. Tap target defending, yeah. Owl, 3/3 flying for 5 with prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Another dragon fodder. Citadel, Castellan, 2/3 for 3, vigilance plus renown 2. Totem Guide, oh, I know this card. It's 5 lands for 2/5. Enter battlefield, may search a library for an aura card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Pretty cool picture there. Pretty cool picture. Next booster. Here it comes. Here it comes. All right, we'll look at the rares last. I guess that makes sense. Draw 2 cards. If you control no artifacts, discard a card. So with an artifact deck, it's 3 lands for 2 draws. Titanic Growth, that's a 4/4 for a creature for 2. Alchemist Vial, enters the battlefield, draw a card, sacrifice it. Target creature can't attack or block this turn. Patron of the Valiant, flying, 4/4 for 5. Enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Target creature gets +1/+1 till end. Target attacking creature gets +1/+1 till end turn. So that'd be best if you did that to a creature with double strike or first strike or trample or something, as opposed to just attacking with this 1/1. Or you can do this to one of your flyers to push through extra damage, where this guy would be blocked. I guess that's kind of the idea. Paya and Karan Nalar. It's a wonderful couple, very happy in their tower. 4 lands for a 2/2, and enters the battlefield. Put 2 1/1 colors Thopter artifact creature tokens onto with flying into the battlefield, because they're Thopters. Obviously, they have flying. Sacrifice an artifact, deals 2 damage to our creature or player. Ooh, that's not a tap effect, so you can just tap 3 mana, sack an artifact. You can keep doing that as many times as you can afford to, and as many times as you have artifacts. Interesting. Interesting. Next booster. Here we go. What do we got? Void Mage, 2/2 for 4. Enters the battlefield, you may return target creature to its owner's hand. Bone to Ash, we saw that. Pilgrimage, 3 lands, sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic force cards, reveal those cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest into your hand. One of them, and then the rest. And then a Spell Mastery gets you 3 basic force cards. That's nice ramp for green. Nice ramp for mono green. 4 lands for 2/3 flying with flash. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. That is good. I like that. Fiery Conclusion, we saw that. Here's the rare Nisa's Revelation. Oh my gosh, I saw this thing. It was played against me in my first impressions video of Magic Duels Origins. This is ridiculous. 7 land sorcery, scry for 5. So I look at the top 5 cards in my library, and then I put whatever I want onto the top, okay? And then you reveal the top card of your library. You already know what it is. If it's a creature card, which you would do as long as it was in one of those 5, you draw cards equal to its power, and you gain life equal to its toughness. Think about how insane that is. So you play this in just a big beats deck with monstrous creatures. As long as it's in one of the 5 that you scry, holy crap. You know what I mean? Like, unbelievable. So cool. I can't, mono green, I'm looking forward to giving it a shot with that. Hopefully that this Duels of Origins has some big beats for us to take advantage of that with. Attacks each turn if able with prowess, 2 lands for 2/2. That seems all right actually. Might of the Masses. Target creature gets +1 till end, +1/+1 till end turn for each creature you control. What? That's really good. That could be really, really good. Wild Instincts, 4 land sorcery. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 till end turn. It fights target creature and opponent controls, so it's like a prey upon plus pump up your creature. Elemental Bond. Whenever a creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. It's an enchantment as opposed to a creature like the pack leader. Blightcaster, 4 for 2/3. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you may have target creature get -2/-2 until end of turn. Seems all right. Here's the rare Tragic Arrogance, 5 land sorcery. For each player, probably just 2, you choose from among the permanents that player controls an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. Then each player sacrifices all other non-land. Oh man, that's pretty sweet. And Two-Headed Giant is in this version. So just think of that. Celestial Flare. Target player sacrifices an attacking or blocking creature. Pretty good. It's almost like Swords of... Well, no, it's not. It's not almost like Swords of Plowshare. Who are we kidding? Infernal Scarring, 2 lands, enchantment aura. Shaded creature gets +2/+0 and has, when this creature dies, draw a card. Seems all right. Akroan Sergeant, 2 lands for 3, first strike and a renown 1. Throwing Knife, 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may sacrifice Throwing Knife. If you do, Throwing Knife deals 2 damage to our creature or player. Goblin Glory Chaser, 1 land for a 1/1 with renown 1. As long as Goblin Glory Chaser is renowned, it has Menace. Can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. That is not a bad turn 1 drop. You put that on turn 1. If they don't play a blocker turn 2, on their first turn, you attack. It becomes a 2/2, and then it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. Like, think about that. You can snowball that. And then if you play first and they do play a blocking creature, you can shock it. I don't even know if shock's in this format. I haven't seen it yet. Guiltleaf Winnower, 5 lands for a 4/3 with Menace. We already know about that. When Guiltleaf Winnower enters the battlefield, it may destroy target non-elf creature whose power and toughness aren't equal. Sweet ass picture. She looks like a badass. She looks like a badass. All right, here we go. Disperse. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand for 2. Is that an instant? Yes, it is. 3 lands for a 2/3. Flying. Can block only creatures with flying. Guardian. We saw that already. Knightly Valor. 5 land enchantment. Enchant creature. When Knightly Valor enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 white knight token with vigilance onto the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. So it gets you a 2/2 token with vigilance. Plus it enchants a creature and gives it +2/+2 in vigilance. Bless Spirits, 3 lands, 2/2 flying. Whenever you cast an enchantment. Lots of enchantment focus here, it seems. Put a 1/1 counter on Bless Spirits. They're cute little guys there. And this is the Despoiler of Souls. 2 lands for a 3/1. It cannot block. However, you can tap 2, exile 2 other creature cards from your graveyard, and return this from the graveyard into the battlefield. So if it dies, you can exile 2 creatures, get it right back into play. It's just the threat that keeps on coming. Although as a 3/1, it's not that threatening in and of itself. But the Jailer, tap a creature, tapping 3, been tapping it. It's a 1/1. He's a beastly man. Thornbow Archer, 1 lands for 1/2, already good. Whenever it attacks, each opponent who doesn't control an elf loses 1. Wow, that's really good. That is really good. First of all, for 1 land, it's a 1/2, so it makes it a little more durable. And then you attack the next turn. They lose a life from this if they don't have an elf in play, which not everyone's going to have an elf in play, plus they get hit for 1. Dragon Fodder. Possessed Scab, 5 lands for a 3/2, enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. When it dies, if Possessed Scab would die, exile it instead of putting it into your graveyard. That's not bad. The cost is a little heavy, but... And there's the Goblin Glory Chaser, really like that. It's gonna go in a Goblin aggro deck for sure. And our rare card, the Guiltleaf 3/4 Reach for 4, 3/4 Reach. Pumps up your other elves +1/+1. Big focus on elves, great. When it attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking. Oh, ho, ho! Yes, please. Next booster. I really like that. Really, really like that. Reeve Soul, destroy target creature with 3 power or less for 2. Orchard Spirit, 3 lands for 2/2. Can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. So it doesn't have flying or reach, but yeah. Llanowar Empath, 2/2 for 4. Enters the battlefield, scry for 2, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it in your hand. So it's the same notion as the card we talked about before. Shaman of the Pack, 3 lands for 3/2. Enters the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to the number of elves you control. Nice. Target attack, we saw that already. And here's our rare, the Relic Seeker for 2. We already have one of these actually, so here's our second one. Renown 1 becomes renowned. You get to search a library for equipment, put it in your hand. Next booster. Alrighty, here we go. Tactics, 3 lands. Creatures you control get +2/+1 till end of turn, plus the Spell Mastery, which gives them vigilance. We saw that. Suppression Bonds, 4 lands. Enchant non-land permanent. Can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. 1 land for a 1/1. Pump it up +1/+0 for 2. Oh, okay. Zendakar's Royal, 5 lands. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you put a 2/2 green elemental token onto. Wow, pretty sweet. It's an enchantment, so it sits in play. We saw the Totem Guide, Heart Beast, and we have one of these already, so this is our second talent of the Telepath, which I do like. I do like that quite a bit. Seems pretty good. Pretty good. Topon Freeblade, 2 lands for 2/2 vigilance with renown. Disperse. Return, we saw that. Read the bones, 3 lands, scry 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. So the scry 2 is kind of pointless. Oh no, it's not actually, because if you don't like what you see, you can dump it. Okay, yeah, so that's actually, that's pretty cool. Totem God Heartbeast, Valor, and Across, 4 lands enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, creature you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. And our rare Priest of the Bloodright, 5 lands for a 2/2. Enters the battlefield, put a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying on the battlefield. But at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life. So, 5 lands, 2/2. 5 lands get you a 5/5 flying, and then this guy. If you can get rid of him, it's 5 lands for 5/5 flying without much of a drawback. Or you just take the life loss and you do something with him next turn, like you swing and get some damage through, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And we'll get another one of those. Dragon Fodder, we know that. Death Touch plus Renown. That's nice. Construct, Bonded Construct can't attack alone, but it's 1 lands for 2/1. It's like, what's it, Sacred Pegasus or something? Although Pegasus has flying, so a little bit worse. But you get to make use of Artifact Synergy, so that could work out. There's the Thunderclap Wyvern, another one. Anchor to the Aether, 3 land sorcery. Put our creature on top of its owner's library, then scry for 1. Very interesting. And then we've got another Sigil of the Empty Throne. Man, oh man. All the boosters, all the cards. I wonder if we're going to get all the cards. I wonder if that 40 bucks was enough. Infernal Scarring, 2 lands. Yeah, we saw that. Might of the Masses, we know that. We know that. Ooh. Aurora's Champion, 3 lands for a 2/2 double strike. So first strike and then regular combat damage. Undercity Troll, oh, I know plenty of those on the internet. 2 lands for a 2/2 with a Renown and Regeneration. That's nice. And then our rare is the Graveblade Marauder, 3 lands for a 1/4 with Death Touch. Pretty nice stats there. Deals combat damage to a player. That player loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I like his beard. Actually, it looks a lot like mine. I should do my hair like that. I kind of almost do, actually. Funny enough. Is that me? Or is that a picture of me? It might have been. Okay, the Scrape Skin Drake. Know that. Rock's Maulers, 5 lands for 4/4 trample, Renown 2. We saw those. Evolving Wilds. It's a land you put it into play. You can tap, sacrifice it, search for a basic land. It filters your deck out for lands. Really good in multicolor decks. The problem is though that land comes into play tapped. So, you know, you can't get this turn 1, dig for plains, and then play a 1-drop plains creature because that'll come into play tapped. But Evolving Wild definitely has its uses, from what I remember. Conclave Naturalist. This is a 4/4 for 5. Enters the battlefield with a short target artifact or enchantment. That could be pretty good in this meta given how many enchantments there are. And speaking of enchantments, Gyropper Aether Grid. 3 lands for an enchantment. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Deals 1 damage to our creature or player. Not too bad in a full artifact deck with some red there. Abbots of the Carol Keep. 2 lands for a 2/1 Prowess. So when you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Next booster, please. And Thornbow Archer, which I like. Titan Strength, 1 land instant. Target creature gets +3/+1 till end of turn, plus scry 1. I enjoy that. There, you know him. Meteorite, 5 lands, enters the battlefield. It deals 2 damage to our creature or player, and then you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. It's kind of a funny card. Another Possessed Scab, I could see some fun happening with that. And the Abbot of the Carol Keep, which we just opened. So there is numero dos of that card. And Screeching Scab, freaky picture. 2 lands for 2/1, enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Oh, okay, so this is they're gonna be for a deck where you want cards in your graveyard to pull back or to get benefits from. Timberpack Wolf, 2 lands for 2/2, gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control named Timberpack Wolf. So you have 4 of these in play, you do the math. Elvish Visionary, yes, so glad it's back. Enthralling Victor, 4 lands for a 3/2, enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature and opponent controls with 2 or less until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. So you play this, take a creature, swing with it. Either they block it because they don't want to get hit with it, or you use another ability to sacrifice that creature before they get control back of it at the end of turn. Consul's Lieutenant, 2 lands for 2/1 first strike, Renown 1. Attacks if it's renowned. Other attack creatures get +1/+1 until end turn. That's pretty good. And then our rare, Animist Awakening, a green and X. Reveal the top X card to your library. Put all land cards from among them into the battlefield tapped and the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. And Spell Mastery, if there are 2 more instants, you get to untap those lands. Holy wow. Some cool, there's gotta be some cool combos and things going on here. Bone to Ash counter, Titan Strength, Pump Up, Infectious Bloodlust, enchant creature, +2/+1 to haste. Also attacks each turn if able. When an enchanted creature dies, you may search your library for a card named Infectious Bloodlust, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. So if you're running 4 of these, you can just keep getting it back, keep putting it on new creatures, pumping them up, being super aggressive. Another Undercity troll, get out of my YouTube comments. Patron of the Valiant, did we already see this? 5 lands, 4/4 flying, enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter. Yeah, we did see that. And another Soul Hoarder, 6 lands, 6/6, and then if they, yeah, you remember, we just looked at it. Next booster! Nanchuko Husk, 3 lands for 2/2, sack a creature, gets +2/+2 till end of turn. Titan Strength, Land of War Empath, Meteorite, Whirler Rogue, 4 lands for 2/2, enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colors, Thopter artifact tokens to flying in the battlefield. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control, target creature can't be blocked to this turn. Interesting. And our rare, Herald of the Pantheon, 2 lands for 2/2. Enchantment spells cost 1 less to cast, gonna be good in this meta. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, gain 1 life. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love it, I just, green-white enchantment deck, blocks. All right, Cleric of the Forward Order, 2/2, enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each creature you control named Cleric of the Forward Order, so kind of like the Wolf Pack. More benefits, more of them you have in play. Another Screeching Scab. Draw 2, oh yeah, we saw that already. Shadows of the Past, 2 lands. Enchantment, whenever a creature dies, scry for 1. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Activate this ability only if there are 4 more creature cards in your graveyard. That's a 5 activation. Interesting card. I like the scry when things die. It gives you some forward information there. Hydrolash, 3 lands. Attacking creatures get -2/-0 until end of turn, draw a card. And then our rare, Hixus Prison Warden, 5 lands for 4/4 flash, played as an instant. Deals combat damage. Oh, if a creature does combat damage to you, if Hixus Prison Warden enters the battlefield this turn, exile that creature until Hixus leaves the battlefield. Holy crap. So your opponent attacks you with a bunch, you take all that damage, flash this into play, all of those cards are exiled from play until he leaves play. Pretty cool. Next booster, I unlocked an achievement for opening a bunch of stuff. Act of Treason, beautiful. Take a creature, untap it, attack with it. So take your opponent's giant monster that they just played and beat him down with it. Wild Instinct, sorcery for 4. Target creature control gets +2 but still in turn. And oh, we saw that already. Rock Maulers, we saw. Cruel Revival, 5 land instant. Destroy target non-zombie creature, it can't be regenerated. Return up to 1 target zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. I enjoy that. Blightcaster, 4 lands for 2/3 whenever, yep, remember that. And no, Jace Vryn's Prodigy, 2 lands for an 0/2 legendary creature, human wizard. Tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. If there are 5 or more cards in your graveyard, exile Jace, then return him to the battlefield transformed under his owner's control. So does he just transform into Jace? How do I flip him? Can I flip him? It's not showing me the flip. I need to see the flip. Does he turn into Jace? I don't know the flip. What? I know, it flips. But what does it flip into? You're not gonna tell me, are you? Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know, I'm guessing it transforms into Jace. But no idea, because maybe I can flip it, I just couldn't figure out how. Here's another Tactician, another Spirit, Alchemist Vial, saw that. Gather the Pack, 2 land sorcery, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them in your hand, put the rest in your graveyard, and then Spell Mastery lets you take 2 creatures from among them into your hand. Hydrolash. And Animist Awakening, we saw that. That's the one that lets you pull lands with Spell Mastery. You get to untap those lands. Oh, the potential to get so many lands. Tactics, we saw that. Reeve Soul, destroy target creature power 3 or less, not bad. Titanic Growth, I enjoy. Elemental Bond, we saw. Constance Lieutenant, we saw. And our rare, Harbinger of the Tides. 2 lands for a 2/2. You may cast Harbinger of the Tides as though I have flash if you pay 2 more to cast it, so you pay 4, play it as flash. Enters the battlefield, you may return target tapped creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay, so they attack. In response, play this as flash, bounce their creature back to their hand, you don't take damage from it, is one of the things you can do with it. Just one of the many things that you can do. Grasp of the Heliomancer, +1/+1. Yeah, we saw that. Bellows Lizard, we saw that. Runed Servitor, 2 lands for a 2/2. When it dies, each player draws a card. Meh. We saw that. And our rare, Alhamarit High Arbiter. 7 lands for 5/5 flying. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose the name of a non-land card revealed this way. Your opponent can't cast spells with the chosen name. Pretty straightforward. Look at their hand and say, no thank you. What's that? What was that card? Meddling Mage? Not quite the same, but sort of principle. There's Disperse. Ringwarden Owl. Another Elvish Visionary. Throwing Knife. Fellerin Wardens, 3 lands for a 1/3 with Renown 2. Whenever a creature you control becomes renowned, draw a card. Pretty good with all the renowned. And our rare, Chandra's Ignition. 5 land sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and opponent. Holy crap! It's like Shadow Flame, but you don't sacrifice the creature. Hearthstone, bringing it back. All right, here we go. We're getting there. We are getting there, and I'm losing my voice. The Jailer, to tap a creature. Eva's Force Mage, 3 lands for a 2/2. When Eva's Force Mage enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's not too shabby. Sidearm, Blazing Hellhound. Do we see this? 4/3 for 4. Sacrifice another creature, Blazing Hell to 1 damage target. Oh no, that's not bad. Ravaging Blaze, 2 and X, deals X damage to target creature. Just a creature, boo. However, with Spell Mastery, it also deals that damage to that creature's controller. All of a sudden, that's really good. That Spell Mastery changes it up drastically. And another Nisa's Revelation. Going in my big beats deck. Smacking you down with all of the beats. Separatist Void Mage, we saw. Eyeblight Assassin, 3 lands for a 2/2. Enters the battlefield, each opponent target creature opponent controls gets -1/+1 until end of turn. That could be okay. There's the Husk we saw. There's the Blaze, I like. Lieutenant, and our rare, the Gilt Leaf. Oh, we saw this already, so this is our second one of these. Unfortunately, it's a legendary creature, so I don't know what's going to happen when we have 2 legendary creatures, because am I going to get credit for these like duplicates that I have that I don't need? Because I think there's limitation in Duels. There was in the past. I don't know how they're limiting rares and uncommons and stuff. There's the Drake. Calculate Dismissal. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Mana Leak much. It's 3 though. And then if you have Spell Mastery, you also get to Scry for 2. God, I miss Mana Leak, huh? Not quite as good because it costs 3, but you also get the Scry, so if you Spell Mastery. Ringwarden Owl. Elemental Bond. The Ravaging, yes, I've got 3 of those. Displacement Wave, oh my god, what is this? 2 blue and an X. Return all non-land permanents with converted mana cost X or less to their owner's hand. Yes, so good. Some of these cards, the power on them makes me really happy. Here we go. Tactician, the Archer, Might of the Masses, Darwin's Elite. It's a battlefield if you control another elf, put a 1/1 green. Okay, that's pretty cool. So this enters the battlefield. If you have another elf, you get a 1/1 token in play. Called the Full Moon. 2-land enchantment, 3/2. Enchanted creature gets +3/+2 and has trample. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player has 2 or more spells, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, sacrifice. Oh, that's too bad. And then Chandra's Ignition. There's another one. Next booster, last booster in the first pack. What did we buy? 32? Was that what we got? Oh yes. Okay, we don't want to look at the rare first, but I love that. Suppression Bonds, Elvish Visionary, Spirit, Shaman of the Pack. Blightcaster, I love this card so much. Knight of the White Orchard, 2 lands for 2/2 first strike. It enters the battlefield. If an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search a library for a plains card. put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. I love that card. I really do. I really do. Let's go to our card collection. Let's see how much we own. There are 251 total. And we have 202. So we're close, but not quite there. And you can see these are sets that we haven't filled up. The orange text means we have filled the sets, but there are still plenty of cards that we haven't gotten with that first purchase. Now, that first purchase was for 32 boosters, which was 4,800 gold, which I would like to see. So that's like about 4,800 gold. I don't know, would you say that's like $30 or so, roughly? So $30 gets you not all of the cards, but we have 202 out of the 251. Now, I think that is just individual cards it's counting. It doesn't include the missing set pieces that I have. So there's still quite a few things that I need to get. Yeah, there's still quite a few things that I need to get. So some of these, so this is capped out at 3. So it looks like you can't have over 3 uncommons of any card, because you can see it's orange, which means it's capped out. And it's at 3. But I could have sworn I got 2 of the same legendary creature, didn't I? Oh shoot, I don't remember. I wish this filter had more options here. I can do it in the deck builder, but anyways, there you go. That's a opening of 32 packs. We don't quite have enough. They're so. This is how they do it. They make it so that it's definitely not even when you make your purchases. You know what I'm saying? Why is it telling me? Okay, so I can buy this. I can buy 2 of the 8 packs. Basically is what I can do, but I can't quite afford enough to get the 32 pack and then follow it up with a 20 pack with my single purchase, which was $40 for the 7,500 coins. I mean, that's just how any games like this, it's just what they do. They make it so that you have to purchase an extra bundle if you want it. You know, they make it so that it doesn't round even, which is a little bit of a bummer. But there, let's just open up 8 more packs. We'll do that much more. So that means we're opening up a total of 40 packs today. So let's confirm this purchase. Let's get 8 more boosters. I'll just sit on the rest of my gold. 40 packs is a nice even number. We can go with that. See what we get here. Tactics. Disperse. Guardian. 3 lands for an 06 defender. Hey, okay, that's a nice wall for 3. Enchant creature gets +2/+2. Has flying. Sacrifice 2 other creatures or generate this creature. That's kind of cool. Sphinx's Tutelage, 3 lands for an enchantment. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. If they're both non-land cards that share color, repeat this process. Wow, that could be potentially awesome. And here's another High Arbiter. That's the second time I've received 2 of the same legendary creature. That bums me out a little bit. I'm not seeing what they do with duplicates, if anything, if you go over the number of things that you should be able to have. Deathbringer Shaman. When it dies, target opponent discards a card. Cool. Fire Impulse. Does 2 damage to our creature. So there's our shock. Spell Mastery makes it a lightning bolt. Love it. Fire Impulse. Thank you much. Another Timberpack Wolf. Try to build our 4 set of that. Yep. Another Blazing Hellhound. Another one of these elite dudes, which you get a 1/1 if you already have an elf in play. And a second one of these fucking legendary. What is going on? Either I'm getting severely unlucky or they have this rigged. Oh my god. Is this the third one? This is the third one of these. I am not happy with that. Shambling Ghoul enters the battlefield tapped. It's 2 lands for 2/3. Might of the Masses. Eva's Force Mage. Meteorite. Throwing Knife. Third one of these. I need to go. Now okay, I'm remembering what this card is. It's the white 5-drop. We're gonna go check to see if it shows me owning 3 of those in my collection when we're all done. Bellows Lizard, Fire Elemental, Bonded Construct, Champion with Double Strike, Enthralling Victor, 4 lands for 3/2, enters the battlefield, Gink. Oh, we saw that. And this is an exquisite Firecraft, 3 lands, nice picture for sorcery. Deals 4 damage to our creature player, Spell Mastery, Can't be countered by spells or abilities. Pretty nice. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Scrap Skin Drake. Fire Fiend Elemental. 4 lands for 3/2 haste with round 1. Nice. Nice. Love the haste red creatures. Eva's Force Mage. Necromantic Summons. 5 lands per 2 creature card we gave. Oh, what? 5 lands per target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Awesome. Spell Mastery. That creature gets 2 1/1 counters on it. That is awesome. Another Plus Spirits. Another one of these Despoiler of Souls. Alright. Rabid Bloodsucker. 3/2. Flying. Enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life. Titanic Growth. Force Mage. Champion. Oh yeah, I got my 3 of these now. Building red aggro. Soulblade Djinn, 5 lands for 4/3 flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. I like that card. I like that card. Grasp of the Heliomancer. 2 lands, check creature, yes. Fire Impulse, there's Shock/Lightning Bolt, another Evolving Wilds. Thopter Engineer. Wait, what? Ooh. Get 2 Thopters. Artifact creatures you control have haste. So for 3 lands, you get a 1/3, get 2 1/1 flyers in play that have haste. You swing with them right away. That's nice. Anointer of the Champions. And Tainted Remedy, 3 lands. Yes, we saw that. They lose life instead of gaining life. Here we go. Here we go. Eyeblight Assassin. Husk. Disciple. Wyvern. Wardens. Our rare, Priest of the Blood Rite. Second one of these, 5/5 dragon, lose 2 life. And that is that. So opening up 40 packs in Magic Duels Origins. Now let's check that white 5-drop that I got freaking 3 of. It says I only have 2 of them, but I am nearly positive that I opened up 3 of these. I guess I could be wrong. I know I opened up 2 of these. Anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to stop harping on it. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at some pack openings here in Magic Duels Origins. Still a little, I don't know. I mean, I still need a bunch more cards. We got a lot, but not quite the full roster. And then we are also... So we've got 214 out of the 251, and we also need some more things to complete our play sets. But that is with opening 40 booster packs, spending, I guess, that would be the equivalent of like $35 or so, roughly. Someone do the exact math. I'm too tired for that. Have a great evening. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.